And we are off. Welcome, everybody, to the new episode of I Quit My Band. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. My name's Nate.
I'm JJ.
I'm Evan.
We got another regular-ass episode for you here. We got an RAE.
Yeah.
We got a regular-ass episode.
We're Newt Ray Gun today.
Yeah, we're Newt Ray Gun, yeah.
Ronald
What a
Reagan.
pull that was.
Right
The
off
frog
bat.
guy from Star Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Head of the Trade Commission.
That's not it.
Was it
Newt Gunray,
Newt
dude.
Newt
Gunray,
Gunray.
yeah,
That's
Newt
it.
Gunray.
Dumbass.
What I call him?
Newt Ray Gun.
Newt Ray Gun.
Well, whatever.
Yeah, close
But
enough.
there is a
Yeah.
character in Star Wars named Ray.
Jade, can you turn yourself down? a
Sure,
little?
dude.
Yeah.
No problem. There we go.
Yeah, that's who it is. Newt Gunray.
Newt
What did I
Gunray.
call him? Nate Ray Gun?
Nate Ray
Ray
Gun.
Gun.
Yeah. I'm gonna change my name to Nate Ray
That's
Gun.
sick.
Dude,
I
hell
like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
But,
Is that better?
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
We got another regular episode for you today. We got a lot of tunes to get through. Pretty cool. We were kind of struggling a couple weeks ago to. I mean, there wasn't a lot of good shit that came out, and we got spoiled this week, which is
Floodgates
pretty
open.
Good. Yeah.
It was a really good week.
Yeah. Sucks there's no new Sleep Token album or a song to talk about this week.
I wish there
Yeah.
was.
We
real
poked
cool.
the sleep token
Yeah,
hive and
yeah.
got stung
Thank you, everyone on TikTok, for saying what
that we're morons.
saying your true feelings about Sleep
Yep.
Token. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we caught a lot of heat on that clip.
Keep going.
I
Yeah.
was astounded because I thought, like, I didn't realize they were that popular of a band.
No, I had no
No.
idea.
And then, like, to go on a TikTok that has 60 followers and, like, accept criticism
Yeah.
of a band that you really like enough to be like, I gotta tell these guys they're morons.
Yeah. Yeah, it was wild to me just to be like, wow, we're just three guys and we're really pushing the buttons right now.
I mean, not like we're trying to be hot take artists or anything, but we have put some other opinions out there. I mean, we bashed Kiss for an hour and a half.
Yeah, but those guys, their skin is like leather.
Yeah.
Dude. They've been getting it
Yeah.
since the inception. Sleep Token's like a newer,
Yeah,
cool
that's true.
band.
It really
That's
goes
true.
to show. I mean, that was if you just mention Sleep Token in any facet on social media, you're gonna
Game over.
You're gonna get a crew of people coming
Yeah.
to defend their honor.
Not
And-
only Sleep Token, but Liquid Death, too.
And Liquid.
Yeah, one guy was defending the honor of Liquid
It's
Death.
good water.
And listen, we love Liquid Death.
Hell yeah, dude.
I don't know what happened. I mean, they just got caught in the crossfire there.
Yeah.
Maybe passions were a little bit too high, but we drank it on the reg.
Convicted
That's the
melon
official
is my
drink
favorite
of the
flavor.
podcast. Yeah.
And what I
Convicted
feel
milk.
even better about was we were absolutely right in our Sleep Token take.
Oh,
so
yeah, 100%.
the anger
Yeah.
just made it was like
I did. I listened to the other two Sleep Token records after we saw that comment that was like, "Tell me you haven't listened to all Sleep Token without telling me." So I listened to both during the day, and I was like, "What the fuck? It's the same shit." I was like, I was right. Okay, maybe they don't have one metal song; they have 3 metal songs. It's like they have one per album. It's the same thing.
yeah. I listened to the guy was like, listen to Vor and tell me that. And I was like, no.
Shut up,
Force
nerd.
goes hard though. It's like, all right, does it?
All
I
right.
mean, it goes kind of hard. Everything still sounds like Cher.
Yeah.
You know? It sounds like Cher with metal guitars. Wow, let's just keep every week just fuck you, Sleep Token.
And I liked the song that we talked about.
That was the other thing. I was like, we didn't really even say that we didn't
No.
like it.
no.
No.
Yeah, we're still like, yeah, it's all right.
We just said it's funny that he dresses like,
Yeah.
a ghoul.
Yeah, we're saying that it doesn't warrant, the music doesn't warrant him dressing like a fucking monster.
Yeah.
That's all we're saying.
No.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't be popular
Listen.
without it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But we got a nice, Sleep Token aside, we got a nice lineup of tracks this week. I mean,
It's all Sleep Token songs.
we're doing a deep dive on Sleep Token this week. But yeah, I mean, I felt spoiled this week with all the new shit. I mean, it just felt like it was right up my alley at least.
Yeah, especially this first one. Why don't you get a start?
Yeah.
Hit play, bud.
Yeah, let's just get it kicked off. Here we go. First track. This is one of my picks. I couldn't wait to talk about this one. This is the new one from Avenged Sevenfold called We Love You.
What's going on here?
Their second single from this upcoming record, Life is But a Dream. I mean, what a disconnected, unstructured, dog shit song that I love.
You love this song?
I think it's really sick. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know what to think of it at first.
Yeah.
But I kept coming back to it and just being like, well, I don't know what they're going for, and I kept just replaying, and then I was like, I think I just like it. I think I just like the song. You know what I mean?
Sort of.
I think I just had to come to accept my fate. It's just like, I dig it.
Yeah, I mean, I gave them credit for introducing more ideas.
Yeah.
More ideas. More parts of songs that don't go together. Yeah, they were being more creative.
More ideas.
More bullshit.
Guitars.
More riffs.
More
less cohesion.
More energy drinks.
More
Mountain
words.
Dew. Yeah.
Yeah, but yes, they took a lot of creative swings, and I
Yeah.
felt like nearly all of them were misses.
That's generous to call
Okay.
them creative swings.
They definitely are. I mean, you can't say that they're not trying.
Yeah, they're trying.
in
Yeah.
this song.
They're trying like I did in 6th grade to write, my first song, and it has like, no, we go here and here and here and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
They're
I mean,
professionals.
It's got too many ideas, and the middle section with the like shredding and the guitar
heavy
solo,
part.
I love that. I think it's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's pretty cool.
And
It could have only been that.
this part, the more,
Yeah.
and even this part too, like where it gets really slow, it just really fucking like takes the wind out from under you. Like you think it's gonna go to this like really sick place, and every time you think it does, it just takes a step back. But there are parts where it just like it jumps out at you. Like I think even after this quiet part, like or I can't
This is
remember
like a
what it is.
meditative moment at a yoga studio.
Yeah, and then it'll just hit you with like something really heavy. And
Yeah.
it scares the shit out of you.
Yeah, this is like the cool part of this.
Yeah, I like this part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a lot of ideas, but no like uniting idea.
There's no tune.
Yeah.
There's no tune to sing
No,
along
there is.
to.
There's more.
More.
Yeah.
More
beer.
piss.
More
shit.
pizza. More guys.
More wings. More hot sauce.
More football.
Oh, that'd be so cool if it was just like a dude song.
Yeah, dude.
More cheese.
And
more
twins.
And twins.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think this is better than the last one.
Yeah,
that
the last
don't
one
remember
was,
at all.
Yeah, the last one was just too slow. And
But it
just,
does
like,
sound like M. Shadows' voice is.
Yeah, I
there's
dug
something
his
going
voice.
on because I know that he had like some sort of vocal surgery back
Yeah.
in the day that stopped him from being able to scream. Turn that up. Touchdowns.
More money. More trucks.
and twins.
That'd be so sick. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess they said that they were going after like a Mr. Bungle vibe, which I've never really listened to Mr. Bungle, so I don't really know. But
I mean,
I
Mr.
just-
Bungle's crazy and throws
Yeah.
a lot of weird ideas
All the
together.
bungle heads are gonna come at us
Yeah.
and be like, dude,
you don't know what you're
guys are
talking about.
idiots.
Yeah, I just like the fact that they're doing I mean, there's a layer of respect always for a band that comes out and just puts out a song that none of their fans are going to enjoy, and it's
does
just
it-
them.
I can't remember. Does it ever go back to like the elevator music section that it
No,
begins with?
they do like this country music outro.
Yeah.
Like this weird like outlaw riff on acoustic guitar.
I mean, this song puts Falling in Reverse to shame.
yeah,
completely.
I mean, I think 2023 is the year of
Manic
like
songs.
metalcore bands putting out just some wacko shit that
Yeah.
they have no idea.
I think
You
I-
go into the different Logic profiles
Yeah.
that you have like demos in.
Yeah.
You set the BPMs to all the
Copy,
same.
Yeah.
Copy, paste, copy, paste.
Yeah.
And you're like, we're a prog band now.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's called prog.
You would know it if you weren't
Yeah.
a dumbass.
You ever listen to Yes, dude? It's
Yeah.
what they did.
More Rush.
More King
Yes.
Crimson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was awesome though. I was so intrigued by like what their fan base was going to think about the song that like I followed them on Instagram and I looked at all the comments underneath when they put the song on
Uh-oh.
and everyone was just like, not gonna lie, it was just all those like, this ain't it. You know? Like everyone just hates it so much.
I love more than anything. I just love how much you're on the A7X beat. This is the
I'm really-
second time
I'm on the train.
that like
dude.
you were like
Yeah.
they got like a release video live stream going on. That was like a month ago,
that
and
was right
now
before the
you're
first
like
single.
digging through. I
Yeah.
was like, I gotta get the consensus of the bad heads.
More
Yeah.
parts,
I don't
less fans.
That's fans. It's good. I didn't know that I would be this, involved with the new
Yeah, you're in
A7X.
deep.
But I mean, I wasn't. I was a fan in high school.
Oh yeah,
A big fan in high school.
Yeah.
And
City
yeah,
Evil was mine. What was your?
Nightmare.
Yeah. So like, remember last week when we talked about like finding a band when somebody was already done with
Yeah,
it? That,
yeah.
That's what I did. The
That's-
A7X.
that's- yeah.
I gave you my jersey.
Yeah. And now
Try this
I'm
on,
giving
kid.
it back to myself.
Dusting that thing off.
It's still mine.
You're
I
like,
still
the boys
kept
are
it.
back. Zachy Vengeance, M Shadows,
Johnny Christ.
Paul Gargoyle, Ronnie Scarecrow, Spooky Dan.
Davey Skeletons.
Spooky Dan?
Spooky Dan coming back.
Is there a guy named
Yeah.
Spooky Dan in the
No.
band?
Yeah, I love how they all have crazy names and they got their new drummer's names like Brooks Wackerman. Like, Brooks, why don't you choose a scary name? He's
I
like,
think I'm fine.
I'm fine with mine.
He's like, this is kind of like a between gig for me. I might go back to my other
Spooky
band.
Brooks.
I like Spooky
Yeah.
Dan a lot.
Yeah, he should change his name to Spooky Brooks. You guys
Yeah,
want
I'm
to
gonna
move
go by
on?
Spooky Dan.
I think we got all the meat off it.
Yeah, let's move on. Here's a JJ pick.
Oh, sure. This is a song called "Roll the Credits" by Danielle Ponder. We mentioned her a couple episodes ago, or however long ago, when we were talking about the show we went to see. She opened for Neil Francis. She, this song was my favorite that she played, and I liked it so much I remembered the title.
Yeah.
Looked for it on Spotify, wasn't there, and then it popped up on my release
Yeah.
radar. I was stoked because it's just as cool as I remember it.
Yeah, I thought the same. Like, I didn't think I was gonna remember any of like the songs that she played, and then
The refrain's kind of memorable.
when I listened to this on the playlist, I was like, oh yeah, I remember hearing this when we played it live.
It gives me like a lot of like Portishead vibes. And I don't know, I just really like it, and the chorus is good and memorable. Her voice is insane.
She does
You
have
know.
a fucking awesome
And her
voice.
her performance, it was like, I'm not usually into like this like soulful kind of stuff. I mean, I can be, but like it drew me in. It was like, I don't know, her presence was just incredible.
Yeah, good call on the Portishead. It has like a trip hop quality to
Yeah.
it, and something about the production almost makes her voice sound like it's a sample. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Like it's a cool way to present somebody who has that like throwback feeling voice.
Yeah.
Whereas if you throw it in a modern context, it feels like you almost have to do it like Amy Winehouse, where everything's like retro.
Yeah.
But I like how they're like, it's a cool way to present this in a modern way
Yeah.
that doesn't feel like it's like owed anything to like, soul in the past.
Yeah.
She's excellent, and her story is really cool too.
Yeah, I was
that we
gonna say
talked about.
she was so humble too. Like
Yeah.
she was an older lady. She said she was like
In her 40s.
in her
something
40s,
like that.
and she like
She was a lawyer.
Yeah, she was a lawyer, and she'd been like working her whole life to have a music career, and it's like finally popping off now.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I mean, when we saw her with Neil Francis, I was like, I would have watched this as the headliner.
I wish
'cause
she was the
like her
headliner.
voice was so like, I don't know, captivating to see live. It was
Yeah.
weird to see something like this come out of a person,
Yeah.
like on stage. Just like that sounds fake.
She
It
just
sounds
commanded a
crazy.
crowd. I mean, she
Yeah.
could have been up there by herself.
Yeah.
And there was a full band with her.
Yeah.
And she was just that compelling.
Yeah,
It is fucked up because like I listen to so much music where the vocals are like whatever.
Yeah.
When you do see somebody who's really good at
Who just
singing,
has
you're
a
like,
good
"Whoa."
voice.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
feels like they're doing a magic trick. Or
Yeah,
something.
you're like,
"What?"
wow,
Yeah.
no one does this anymore.
Yeah.
No one's talented anymore.
That's a good
Yeah, I
point.
was thinking that too. She's like, oh, she's 40. It's like I have a chance. I just have to be much more intelligent and way more talented.
I gotta be a lawyer. I have to have a great backup career as a lawyer,
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and then have one of the best soul voices of the modern age.
Yeah.
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 Whereas like somebody hands me a contract and I'm just like, yeah, I'm an indentured servant for the rest of my life. She at least has like legal knowledge.
Yeah,
She'd be like,
yeah.
well, this is criminal.
Yeah, she could fight anything.
I
That,
do listen to a lot of music with people with horrible voices.
Yeah.
That just still do
Oh,
it.
yeah, I
So,
do,
yeah.
too.
Nice change of pace.
Pretty much everyone I listen to has just a voice. It's just like
Yeah.
They're trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly about the music. You know?
Put some distortion plugins on that
Oh,
bad boy.
yeah.
You sound great.
That's all I care about. You want to sound like Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
Give me
that's my
slapback
shit.
delay,
Yeah.
and it's fine.
But yeah, that's Roll the Credits by Danielle Ponder. This is just a single, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, but I would guess it's leading up to some sort of bigger
Great
release.
pick.
Go check her out if you're into soul and I don't know. I guess like trip hop. You know?
Yeah.
She's great, and go see her live.
Yep.
Here's one of Evan's picks that I'm very curious to ask about. Electric Horsemen by the BossHoss.
The BossHoss.
The BossHoss.
They're a German duo. Boss Burns and Hoss Powers come together for the BossHoss.
That's so sick.
I wasn't aware of them, but I was just digging through new songs, and this came on. And apparently they're like a German dance duo who make electronic music, but it all is about like cowboys and rock and roll.
That's sick.
Yeah, they appropriate. I read this. It's probably a similar thing. They like appropriated a ton of American culture, and like they're the most German dudes
Yeah.
ever.
I
I bet would get you. Those aren't their real names that you mentioned.
Oh yeah, it's like Dieter von whatever, and they're just like, we're gonna make the craziest wild American rock
It's like
music.
They have a
Like-
restaurant. What's it called? Hoss's Steak and
Yeah.
Seafood. I'll call
It's like
myself
a
that.
dirty,
That's a
hairy
That's a
cowboy.
horrible German accent.
It's just crazy American
a-
rock and roll. It felt like something like out of the 90s. Like every
Yeah.
once in a while in the 90s, like a Europop hit would like hit American radios,
Yeah.
and it would sound like that.
Yeah, like
like
Cotton Eye Joe.
exactly
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
It feels like
Cheerleaders are
that.
going to be dancing to it
Yeah.
at basketball games.
Like,
People don't know Cotton Eye Joe is like a Swedish. They're like some Swedish band that just made
awesome.
a cowboy song.
Yeah, what are they called? Rednecks or something?
Rednecks.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I mean, you listen to it, and through all the country western stuff, you can just so tell they're German
Oh,
guys
yeah,
who
yeah.
are like,
there
you
is
know.
a horse.
Yeah.
We are some
Yeah.
guys. We have leather
Yeah.
shoes on and shit.
I couldn't tell if it was just like a parody song or if it was a real song. I went to the YouTube.
I think it's real.
And all the comments are just like, love what you guys are doing. And I was like, what?
I guess they got their start doing cover songs in this kind of style. Like they do a Hey Ya,
Okay.
and it's like all hillbillied out and shit like
Nice.
that. But yeah, I listened to it, and the chorus is kind of sick.
This is it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like feels like
big horse, man. Yeah.
I feel like I'm at Night at the Roxbury,
Yeah,
but it like Tequila Cowboy.
Yeah, like a gay cowboy version
Yeah.
of Night at the Roxbury. Yeah, I do love. I mean, I could get down with it for sure.
They're referred to themselves as country trash punk rock.
You know what? It's kind of like Viagra Boys.
I'm trying to meet you
Elaborate.
halfway.
You know what I'm saying? though?
Elaborate.
Give me some more.
I don't know if I have anymore.
Could have
Just
said
a
anything.
fleeting moment in my head, and I was like, you know what? It's kind of like this really great.
You know,
band.
I'm kind of getting.
Yeah.
I'm
Licks and tracks. Yeah, it sounds
Well,
exactly like.
Viagra Boys do like. I mean, they always have like a.
kind of getting Kenny G vibes from this.
Yeah.
song.
I mean, they have like a a sort of like Western. They try to like in like punk rock loser a little
Yeah.
bit.
Okay,
Yeah.
I could see
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I could see
I'm
Viagra
kind of
Boys.
getting
They're-
Orville Peck from this a little bit.
I could. I could.
Want to keep going? He's got them all.
Yeah.
No, I can see that. Like punk rock losers, like kind of has that like
Yeah.
low key kind of.
I guess I could just see Viagra Boys coming out with a parody song that sounds like
the
this.
the
I guess.
way he delivers the vocals in punk rock loser sound somewhat like that. That kind
a
of
little
like,
bit like monotone,
but
yeah.
with a little twang.
yeah. But overall, it's just shooting out of my ass on that one.
Hey man, we got an hour to fill. Let it,
You know what?
Let
I
it
think it's
ride.
kind of like Viagra Boys.
Instead of being a good podcast partner and me just
Yeah.
going, absolutely, yeah. I had
You're
to
like,
call you on it. Like,
what?
what the fuck are you talking about?
No,
Clip
I
that,
fully-
put it on TikTok,
Yeah.
and get all the Viagra boy heads.
I fully
at
expected
us.
you guys to roast me on that one. All right.
I've been there. It's fine.
Here's the new one from Queens of the Stone Age.
Talked
called-
about it last week a little bit.
a little bit, but that was before the single was out.
Nate got the leak.
This is I did, and I sent it to you guys. And you could have waited maybe 8 hours until it was out. But yeah,
Again,
I was on
finger
that.
on the pulse.
Yes.
He did.
Yeah.
New Queens, dude. I
He
had
took a
to
break from the A7XB, went over to see the Queen of Stone Age head.
He's a news hound, that
move
Nate
over
Cross.
to r/Queen. Take a break from r/A7X.
Auto refresh
Yeah.
every 15 seconds.
Oh, dude, you know it. But yeah, this is the newest single. Their first single in like 6 years, called "Emotion Sickness." Being a huge Queens of the Stone Age fan, I didn't know what to expect after Villains, and I gotta say, I love this song. I think it's great. I really don't like. It's just a good rock song. Like, there's really no thrills besides just having a nice refrain, having a good ass riff in there. The guitar
kinda
tones
goofy.
are ugly. Yeah, it sounds like Queens too. I mean, like that weirdo, like robotic guitar tone, and you know, like the kind of, I don't know, groove. I mean, the groove for sure, but also the way he sings the vocals. Like he's got the baritone mixed with doing the high shit, whatever.
It's got that like Queen swagger.
It's got a swagger,
you
to it,
know,
yeah.
that like Homie is so good at.
Yeah, he's very good at it.
And after Villains, we were expecting the worst.
Yeah.
And this kind of carries a little bit of Villains.
I don't
Like-
in what way? The guitar tones?
I think it's mostly just like, I mean,
Hi-fi production, maybe.
the production's way better.
Way
but
better.
Yeah.
But the drums are still like kind of dry and very like.
I
don't
went
know.
back and listened to Villains. It's like
I did too.
It's insane.
It's
I
a
mean,
lot different.
that. There's parts of that album that sound like an Old Navy commercial. Like
Yeah.
like I want to go buy $11 jeans.
Yeah,
after
and all the
listening.
guitars, like you could tell, or at least it sounds like they were all just plug-in amps. Like there's
Yeah.
not a real amp on.
Which
that
is
fucking
crazy
album.
because, like, Homie has that, like, secret sauce
Yeah,
to
yeah.
his sound, like amps he'll not tell anybody
Yeah.
about and stuff, or whatever, from what I've read. But yeah, that's it. I feel like it's very seldom, like the trend we were talking about, where you catch on to bands like too late. I feel like it's the trend where they put out a stinker and then it's just stinkers for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
But this one kind of gave me some hope that this one could bang.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't announce that Mark Ronson or Jack Antonoff was going to
Yeah.
be producing it.
I think they're producing it.
Yeah, it's
themselves.
a self-produced
That's-
record,
that's
which
cool.
is cool.
And it
Times
sounds
New
kind
Roman.
of like the production reminds me more of Clockwork, where it's a little like
Yeah.
roomier, it's a little
Yeah.
fuller.
And there was like that sample that, or the like spaciness that began the song. I could see, like, you know, like, or is it like Clockwork, or they've had a few albums now where there's a lot of interlude shit and like sounds and whatever.
Well, Songs for the Deaf is
Songs
like-
for
Yeah,
the
it's
Deaf,
mostly
Songs
songs
for
for
the
the Deaf, yeah.
Where I could see that going on again.
Lullabies too. I think there's
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
bit of that. But yeah, I mean, this was like a mix between like Clockwork for me, like that song "I Sat by the Ocean," kind of has that like that groove on it, but just like a good tune, and then a little bit of Era Vulgaris because of the wacky guitar tones.
Yeah.
And a little, I don't know what it is with like. It seems like just maybe the songwriting from Villains, like just kind of trying to make like the punchiest possible stuff and like
Yeah.
having it be really stiff. I mean, the drums on this album, I mean, on this song at least, feel very stiff. But that's always
kind of
been
hip now, though.
that's always been a Queen's thing.
Yeah.
Like Songs for the Deaf, like it's a crazy drum album, but there's like really not a ton of like big cymbal crashes and I mean the drums are like very primal.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like they did that here, except it's not like letting John Theodore do like
Mars
solos
Volta
all,
shit, yeah.
do solos
Yeah.
all over it. Just like he's keeping a really solid beat, but I don't know. It's just I'm just happy that it
Yeah.
doesn't suck.
It's a relief
Yeah.
because you mentioned it and we
Yeah.
were like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
I believe you said, I can't wait to take a fat shit all over the new Queens of the Stone
If it was
Age
gonna
song.
suck, I was gonna be like, yeah. I mean, they're done.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah.
we've had it so many times with our like bands we love, where it's just like there comes that point of diminishing returns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Queens have had kind of a lull period, came back with Clockwork,
Yeah.
and then Villains was
Yeah.
not that great. So it's like
Yeah.
they have shown the ability
Yeah.
to like come back, and I think the fact that he collaborates so much probably helps that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so too.
Agreed.
Yeah, he's produced a few records since Villains.
He does
I
those
think.
desert sessions things.
He did the
too.
Desert Sessions. He did one with Iggy Pop, but I think it was like maybe right before Villains. I can't remember. He produced like a country album. I think artist name was Nikki Lane. The guitar player for the Strokes, Nick Valenci, had a project called CRX that he had some like production handling in. I think that was all after Villains. Yeah, so he's done a lot of stuff with production, and yeah, I don't know. It's good. It felt like hearing Queens for the first time even after Villain. Like, it felt like hearing them for the first time since 2013 and not since 2017, you know? It feels like such a bigger jump, you know?
Big time.
Yeah, just good to have them back. And,
yeah, the boys are back.
Yeah.
Not sounding like they're playing on a drum machine.
Yeah. Not trying to be Lady Gaga or anything. It's funny. One last thing about Queens. I watched last night. I had seen it before, but there's an interview with Hami, and you know that British, like, maybe he's not British, but he's a DJ from the UK, Zane Lowe.
Oh yeah.
He did an interview with Hami like right when Villains came out for like Apple or something.
I watched like the same thing recently.
Yeah,
like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah. I watched it before and I watched it again last night, and I always thought that you could tell that Zane Lowe is throwing little jabs here and there that you can kind of tell that he doesn't like the album.
So your record, it kind of sucks, doesn't it?
He throws like
What's going on?
He like mentions the song "Head Like a Haunted House." He's like, funny thing about this song is it's the first one that's under 6 minutes on this record. and they like laugh it off a little bit. And he's like making fun of the song titles and stuff. He gets like so many of the song titles wrong. He's like, how long did you laugh when you named the song "Unreborn Again"?
Yeah.
He's like, this is full of dumb ideas and it's too long. How would you respond?
So this record stinks.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
Every question, you got to rewatch it. Like every question he's asking, and he just kind of like looking away, and he looks really like put out by it. He just like, it was for this one. Is there a certain story that came with this, or what?
Zane Lowe's like, I have to listen to every kind of music and pretend to care about it.
Yeah, he's like can't help. But
just
got
got
done
done with Madonna. Now I
Yeah.
have to talk to you, fresh off of kicking a photographer.
Yeah. You could just tell he's just like, it's fine.
So
dude.
what's the fucking deal with
Just a
this
job,
song?
dude. All right, let's move on.
Oh damn! Speaking of 2007,
Yeah, we got another one from. This is a JJ pick.
Yeah, so this is the newest song from Wolfmother called "Stay a Little Longer." There's something uncanny that I struggled for about 45 minutes thinking about what this sounds like. This song sounds like the Led Zeppelin song "Bring It On Home" without the riff in it. I just can't wait.
Trying to think about what Bring It On Home sounds. I don't even know if I would give it that much credit. Yeah.
Well,
just
no, it
sounds
doesn't
like
have the riff, but
Yeah.
the vocal line that he comes in with, "Man, a little on downtown," is the same thing.
Oh yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I can hear
It's
it.
very similar.
Yeah.
it just sounds like 1976 with no other characteristics.
I love that Wolfmother never they never grew in their lyrics besides just being like, "Hey little girl." It's just
When you start a song with like, I took a walk downtown, it's like I did the most mundane thing you could ever do.
you could ever do. Order a pizza.
Maybe you're out of ideas. Just say
Yeah.
it.
Just ran out of deodorant.
Yeah.
Gotta go to the store.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I mean, when you start your band being like, "Hey, we're gonna be Grand Funk Railroad," but in 2006,
Yeah.
there's nowhere really to go.
Wolfmother was cool.
They wrote
when-
better songs.
When Joker the Thief and like Woman and all that stuff came out, I mean, that was a good album. But then like those two guys, there was a trio, and then the two guys quit the band. And then he got like all these stooge guys to come in and replace him, and he just
Scabs.
never wrote another good song again after that. It's
Not my Wolfmother, I'll tell you that.
like, bring back the other two guys.
Spooky Dan
Right?
and Paul Gargoyle. Get them out of A7X and bring it
Yeah.
back.
That's the only two guys in history where you can credit with the whole band, but no one knows who they are at all.
Yeah, because it's like, what did you really gain?
Give
or
me-
lose?
give
You
me-
got Mother, or Woman,
And Wolf.
and Wolf,
Yeah,
well, and
yeah.
Joker and the Thief.
Yeah.
And they probably got another like 10 years out of just being in The Hangover.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for
Like
sure.
I had already forgotten about Wolfmother when I
Yeah.
went
It
to go
was
see The Hangover, and I was like,
Jackass
oh, damn.
2 and The Hangover.
Yeah.
People just kept using Joker and the Thief.
I'm sure
Good
if,
on 'em,
if
dude.
they're looking
Sick
for
song.
someone in the band, Gilby Clarke is probably available.
Yeah, Gilby Clarke. He has a solo album, and that's worth a listen. I'll tell you what.
Hell yeah.
It is good.
We'll have to finally do the Gilby episode.
Gilby
All the 360 dunks I've thrown on him for no reason. I don't even
Yeah.
know.
For some reason, Gilby Clarke caught heat on this podcast.
Like,
He's
out
just
of the
like,
gate.
I
He's just a
haven't
dad.
done music in 10 years.
Yeah.
And I was wildly successful. The band I was in was called Guns N'
Guns
Roses.
N' Roses, yeah.
And speaking of, you covered Joker and the Thief.
Oh
many a
yeah,
time.
yeah. I was gonna say Jackass 3 or Jackass 2, Hangover, my
Ugly
band.
Blonde.
That's who kept Joker and the
I
Thief
saw
alive.
you guys. So I had no idea that Justin sang.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I
Yeah.
was just, and so we played a COVID gig in a pavilion. Do you remember this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you guys busted out Joker and the Thief.
Yeah, it's our bread and butter.
Oh, dude.
It's a song we've played for. I mean, like we probably started covering it when that song was popular, or like in
Yeah.
the midst of being popular.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's the one we just can always pull if we haven't practiced.
It's not
just
big-
always just like we can nail Joker.
It's
and
not,
the Thief
but
right
it's
now.
not Billie Jean. You know, it's
No, it's not Billie Jean.
And your brother's voice is so, like, specifically that kind of rock voice. He
Yeah.
has a great voice.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
But, like, you close your eyes and you think it's the guy, you know, not Par
Yeah.
Gargoyle or Jeff Scarecrow. It's
Yeah.
the other guy from Wolfmother.
Yeah.
Andrew Stockdale. Yeah,
Oh,
that's his
shit.
name. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, he was supposed to be one of the coolest guys, and then just turned out to be a
Yeah.
dud, just
Yeah.
a stinker.
And Mike Patton did
Dude,
put a
that was
put a
the
hurting
reason
on
why
it.
I hated Mike Patton for so long.
What did he
'Cause I was
do?
such a Wolfmother fan.
What did Mike Patton do?
There's a video of him at, like, he's being interviewed at a
I
festival.
don't know this.
It's so awesome.
And he's being interviewed at a festival, and he just stops his response mid-sentence and goes, "Do you fucking hear this?" And it's Wolfmother,
Yeah.
like, playing.
And then he just rants for like another couple minutes, just like, God, you gotta be kidding me.
He's
Like,
just,
this sucks. And I remember seeing that as
That's
a young
excellent.
Wolfmother fan, being like, fuck Mike Patton. Not knowing who he was at all.
And now-
Epic's not even that cool.
It's not even a good song. It's like,
Is
yeah.
And now you're like, this all makes sense.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
all full
Now I'm just
circle.
like, yeah, he was 100%.
You are Mike Patton.
100% right.
And Mike Patton is incredibly sick.
So
and
much cooler than anything Wolfmother's ever done.
He was trying to teach me important lessons, and I
Yeah,
spat
and
in his face as
yeah.
a young boy.
Oh, I remember those YouTube comment section under that Mike Patton video.
Vicious.
Just a bunch of little kids like me, just like,
Fuck
he doesn't
you.
know what he's talking about. What?
It was a precursor to the sleep token debacle that we found ourselves in.
Pretty much. But yeah, this is I mean, did anyone know Wolfmother was still doing stuff?
I had
I
no
mean,
idea.
No.
yeah, they had the first album, and then it was an album called Cosmic Egg. I remember
Damn,
having that on CD and being
Cosmic
like,
Egg?
it's good. It's good. It's really good.
That album title is almost as good as the Radio Moscow hit Magical Dirt. Are you familiar with
No.
Radio
No.
Moscow? They have an album called Magical Dirt, which I think is just as
Magical
cool.
Dirt, Cosmic Egg.
Cosmic Egg.
Just two words.
Two words, just a magical whatever the fuck
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Adjective, noun,
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, yeah,
It's an
man.
egg from space.
Yeah.
Hatches the universe. There's another Evan pick.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Fuck, not this asshole again.
Fuck the Police, Sped Up by the Kottonmouth Kings.
Featuring ICP.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was originally on their 2010 album, but they just released last week the sped up version. 13 years
Sounds
later.
like Chipmunks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's objectively better because it's shorter. Yeah, I'd never listened to the Kottonmouth Kings ever. They're just like a band that I've been vaguely aware of.
Yeah.
And this came, it was like on the new releases on Spotify, and I listened to it. It's a wild to cover. But it's not even a cover of Fuck the Police. It's like a reinterpretation.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
like a reimagining.
And it's like the original version is about like the historical discrepancy in policing based on race,
Yes.
and this one's about white guys should be able to smoke dope in their car.
yeah.
And it's like, what
That's
a
all
wild,
any song should be about,
it's a
really.
wild decision to make. Yeah, and Kottonmouth Kings, they've always been like, I've never listened to their music, but they're like, we talked about like stoner bands last week. And they're a different kind of stoner
Yeah.
band.
Yeah.
There are constant where they're like about like the culture of it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like they're a rap group for like guys who say I keep that fang on me, but they mean a hacky sack.
Yeah, it's for the tie-dye shirt stoners.
Yeah.
Not for like the Satan demonic wizard
No.
stoners.
Exactly. It's the
No.
guys
Yeah.
playing ultimate frisbee,
Yeah.
you know.
Pound Taco Bell.
The only reason why I know Kottonmouth Kings is that a long, long time ago, I remember my brother, we were kids, and he had a friend over the house. And he was probably in like 3rd grade. And he had one of his friends over the house, and this kid was like one of the bad kids, like was always in trouble.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
That was somehow friends with my brother. And he came over our house, and then he brought like a bunch of CDs over, and he was like, "You never heard any of this shit before." And he like, popped in a Kottonmouth Kings CD, and he's like telling us, he's like, "You gotta listen to these guys." And then he was just in like, it was just us three in my brother's room while this kid was just like dancing and like lip syncing the words to Kottonmouth Kings and like
To
being
you?
in our faces like, "Oh, fuck yeah." And we're just
God.
me and my brother just like being held hostage just
By
while
a
this
future stoner. Like he's too young to even smoke weed. He's like, 420, I know what that is.
Yeah, it was just a kid that was so into pretending to know what weed was.
Wow.
You know?
And I like looked up their album. I mean, their commitment to the bit is
Yeah.
it's all
100%.
like, you know,
Kush.
it's even like,
You can read me some song titles.
yeah, let me pull that
All right,
up.
cool.
Vamp for a sec.
Yeah, my only thought on this song, besides what you guys have been saying, is it sounds like, and I could be wrong, but like the horns, the samples, sound like the exact ones from How I Beat Shaq. Boom!
Aaron Carr.
That would be
Put 'em
so
in the
awesome.
hoop like Snake,
We worked
Snake.
with, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, rest in peace, Aaron Carr.
R.I.P.
Yeah, he
R.I.P.
just passed away.
The
yeah.
ledge.
He just-
Yeah.
Yeah, these are their album titles. High Society,
Hell
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Hidden Stash, Rolling Stone.
I think Hidden Stash was the one that guy was holding us hostage
Oh,
on.
yeah, dude, that
Hidden
was-
Stash.
that was
I
an
what does
early
that
cla-
mean?
What's
Yeah.
that about?
Fire It Up,
Hell yeah.
Joint Venture, Cloud
Joint
Nine.
Ventures.
Joint
awesome.
Venture's kind of
Pretty
great.
good.
Venture's
That's
awesome.
pretty good.
I knew a guy who was friends with a dude that was in one of these weed bands,
Yeah.
and they were called the Joint Chiefs of Staff. I was like, that's legitimately sick.
That fucking rock.
You know what? I
The
think it was,
Joint Chiefs of Staff.
yeah. Actually, I think it was. I was a girl I dated in college. I went to her like family friend's house for a Super Bowl party, and it was like you'll get along with the guy. He's an older dude, but he's in a band, and I think that was his band. Like, and like
I'm in a band called the Joint,
Joint
Chiefs.
Chiefs of
You know, like joint.
I'm like, no, I get it.
I got it. Yeah.
And like he gave me like a CDR that like they put like the like sticker over
Yeah.
themselves, and it just had like a pixelated weed
That's-
leaf on it. You're like, yes.
a clip art weed leaf with like eyes on it.
That's kind of our mascot.
Wearing like a drug rug, and he's just like Towley from South Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Joint
I wonder if
Chiefs
there's
of Staff.
I wonder if there's like big wig guys in like companies that are like, you want to go out for a joint venture today?
Oh, dude, for
That was
sure.
so cool.
Well, maybe not guys big up at companies, but guys at like Vicelli's, you know, when the boss is away. Just like,
When the boss is
can I
away.
interest you in a joint venture?
I want to start using that so badly, but I don't smoke weed.
I know. I
Just
don't
throw it
either.
in anyway.
Call cigarettes.
Yeah, it's stuck on
You want to
cigarettes.
come in
joints.
on a joint
Joint
venture with
venture?
me? I got a major opportunity for
Yeah,
you.
dude.
That's so good.
Oh, Wiz
The Joint
Khalifa
Chiefs
wishes
of
he was
Staff.
that fucking cool.
Yeah, that's
dude.
so good.
Lean into
Oh
it
my
like
God.
Snoop and those guys do. You know that it's better. It's
Hell
better
yeah.
that way.
Dude, for 30 years, they've been
I
able
know.
to milk a career off
Yeah.
joint venture.
Joint venture.
The genius of
That's
joint
so
venture.
good.
Hidden stash.
All right, let's move on. That's Fuck the Police, Sped Up by the Kottonmouth Kings.
Holy shit.
Oh, here's
Oh.
one of the best songs I've heard in a while.
Yeah. Like,
One of the best rock songs.
maybe this year.
Maybe this year.
Yeah.
The Hives, Bogus Operandi. I mean, what else to say besides this just kicks so much ass.
It really does.
Yeah.
It like gives me hope that
I
like
know.
you can make hard rock in
Yeah.
2023, and it like doesn't have to sound lame.
Yeah.
It doesn't need a ton of production.
Yeah. Like this and the Queen song coming out within like the same, like the within 2 weeks of each other is like, and there's like no synthesizers or anything like crazy.
It's
no
just
weird
guitars,
crazy-
bass, and drums.
Yeah, and it just fucking rocks.
Yeah.
Both like reviewed very well. It's like, man, maybe we'll get some good shit in the future, like
Yeah, it would be because
from bands like the Hives and Queens of the Stone Age.
yeah, like the best bands from 2003
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
back. But it does feel like, you know, if there is an audience for this, because
Yeah.
like I don't know, like I mean, there's just so many people that you would think there is,
Yeah.
but like. If there is like a bigger mainstream audience that will accept music that is just the base elements of
Yeah.
Yeah.
music, because it does feel like a lot of bands, like even smaller indie bands that I like, where they make 2 albums that are all like guitar based,
Yeah.
and then eventually when they get signed, it's like all kinds of synths
Yeah.
and samples and
Yeah,
all
they
kinds of
start
stuff like
changing
that.
shit up.
Orchestra.
And it
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
be more interesting, but
Yeah.
it's not gonna make
It's-
me fucking slam
Yeah.
the pedal down on my
Yeah.
Keel Forte and just be like, "What you say? What
Yeah.
you say?"
It's fucking. I mean, this song, that chorus I was saying it before, but it reminds me of Modest Mouse and the Pixies, like that kind of manic vocal when they do that,
Shouty
like
kinda
that,
stuff.
like I said, part. And the Hives were a band that I never really was like. I was never crazy about them. Like they always had like kind of like that car commercial rock thing going on.
Yeah, they came out of that wave of like the Strokes got big, and
Yeah.
then there was just a wave of bands of the blah,
Yeah, yeah.
and they were like retro rock.
Yeah.
So much so that I remember the only real memory I had of the Hives for years was the VMAs one year had the Hives and Vines perform.
I was gonna say I always got it mixed up with the Vines.
Yeah. And they made them, it was like a battle of the bands, but at the VMAs. And the Hives were first, and then the Vines. And I was a bigger Vines fan. And at the end of the Hive set, the guy's like, "That's all the time we have. I know you wanted us to play more, so just shut off now." And I was like, dude, you shut the TV off. The Vines are up. What a jerk.
Yeah. The Vines fucking rock.
Yeah, dude.
You ever see the Vines on Letterman?
Total meltdown.
That's
dude.
one of the best videos ever.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that, JJ?
I've seen it once or twice. I'm not admittedly super hip to the Vines, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the guy just fucking has a
All-time
complete
meltdown.
meltdown on stage.
Almost as good
breaks
as
his
the-
guitar like within the first minute of the song, and then he just keeps going.
And the band soldiers on.
Oh my God.
Like the bassist keeps doing those backup vocals.
Yeah,
Pointlessly.
There's no music
Pointlessly.
going on, and he's just like, "What's that? How's it going again?"
I wanna get free.
Oh yeah, he's like, "Come on, come on, come on," and there's no
Lost
no
his
music.
mind.
Yeah, the guy is on the ground with the microphone going.
He's like, "Ah!"
and as soon as they end, Dave Letterman's like, "That was wonderful."
"You okay over there?"
Yeah, those drums
about
are those
that, Paul?
Reynolds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, that one is almost as good. For me, what takes the cake is Billy Joe Armstrong losing his mind on that.
Oh yeah.
One fucking minute.
Yeah, that's almost the same thing.
Because he made himself
Yeah.
look like a douche.
Yeah, 'cause
where that guy just lost his mind.
He looked incredibly cool. I've been here since 1988.
fucking 8. Okay. Yeah. He just,
The best. I love that
One,
video.
no, now 0 minutes.
I love it because like Mike Durst or whatever his name
Mike
is.
Durnt.
Durst. He's like
Mike Durst.
doesn't really know what to do at first,
Yeah.
and then as soon as Billy smashes his shit, he's like, "Yeah, me too. I'm gonna do it."
like, I'm in on this.
Yeah,
I'm
oh, yeah.
pissed too.
I'm also
I'm
pissed.
so pissed.
Also pissed.
He hasn't been paying attention for the whole 3 minutes. He's just,
completely
One
changed
it.
fucking
He's like, "This
minute.
happens basically every show."
he's
So.
just hanging out with a roadie backstage, and they're like, "You better go check it out."
It's
What's
time.
going on
He's
up there?"
pissed.
Oh
He's
shit!
pissed. He's pissed. You got to
I
be
better
pissed.
smash my bass.
It's the only one I have, but
I'm so fucking pissed right now. But yeah, the guy from the Vines kind of does the same thing in the Letterman performance. I think he's
fucking
actually mad. Like the guy's like ruining all the gear, and then after they end, the drummer's just like he starts smashing his gear and stuff too. I don't know if it was supposed to like try to fit in or if he was actually pissed
Yeah,
off.
I think it was probably more like we're on national television.
Yeah.
and
Just
that
fuck
went
us.
as poorly as
Yeah.
humanly possible.
But yeah, the Hives.
The Hives are back.
I did want to shout out the video. The video is very cool.
I didn't watch the video.
It's
cool.
It's very like Evil Dead inspired. But
Okay.
It's like Evil Dead if Wes Anderson directed it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's sick.
shot really well.
Yeah.
It's got like the Raimi cam and it's like a shovel flying
Oh,
through
hell
the
yeah.
air. It's really cool. It's shot on 16 millimeter. Yeah, are they putting out an album?
Yeah, it's called The Death of Randy Fitzsimmons, which seems like goofy
Yeah.
in a kind of Hives kind of way.
Kind of makes me worried for this Randy Fitzsimmons
Yeah,
character.
I guess this guy's got some trouble ahead. Yeah.
Such a badass way to come back from a long hiatus.
Yeah, they haven't
too.
put out an album in a really long time.
Yeah.
I feel like it was probably even maybe like I don't know
10 years.
2009. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, they disappeared from my,
for a long
like,
time.
my brain
Let me
from
look it
that
up.
moment on the VMAs.
Yeah.
As a part of the show, we're gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Why do research before?
Yeah, 2012.
12. All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
11
yeah,
years.
11
Hell
years.
yeah.
Yeah.
Boys are back.
Yeah.
Rock is back.
Rock
Yeah,
is back.
Rock is
dude.
back on I
Yeah.
Quit My Band.
Let's move on. Check out the Hives Bogus Operandi. Here's an Evan pick.
Oh, nice. This is Babylon by Bus by Billy Woods and Kenny Segal off their new album Maps. I saw this was getting really good reviews.
Yeah.
I'd never really listened to Billy Woods, and I really like this record a lot. If you're into experimental hip hop or weird hip hop, I would recommend it. This is, I think, the second album they've done together, where Billy Woods is the rapper, Kenny Segal is the producer. Billy Woods has like a very like loose style. He kind of reminds me of Earl Sweatshirt, where it feels like they were inspired a good bit by like MF Doom.
Yeah.
You know, where they don't, like their rhyme patterns and their flows kind of like go over the bar. You never really know where the rhyme's gonna come in. And the production's really cool. I think he like very jazzy. Like this beat is like fucked up. Like it has like a weird hitch in it that like throws you off the first time you
There's
listen to
drummers
it.
that do that in real time. Like I've seen Questlove do that kind of shit, and it's crazy because it's like wrong-ish,
Yeah.
but it's dope.
Yeah, and it's like being able to find like those little parts of like the phrase that like land on it.
It's
And-
like swung but straight at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it's an album that like the more you listen to it, there's more you catch because his wordplay is like really cool, and some of the beats take a while for you to kind of hone in on. But I love this song because in like 2 minutes, it's like these really strange musical movements where it starts out really sparse, and then the middle section has kind of like this like dread to it with like this heavy piano, and then it ends on this like symphonic, like operatic kind of way. Really good album if you're into weird hip hop. I would check it out. Danny Brown has a really good feature on the record as well. It's called Maps.
Yeah, I haven't checked out the whole record yet, but this song was awesome, and I definitely picked up on the MF Doom vibes. But yeah, just like that, it's just so dark and ominous. And he had another record that come out a couple years ago, Billy Woods, called Hiding Places, which I remember checking out in full, and that one's really cool.
That's the other one that he
Yeah.
did with Kenny Segal.
Yeah.
Because he's released stuff, I guess, that other people have. And this is also him as well.
I was like, what is going on here?
The fuck?
Very like jazzy, loose, but great lyrics.
I could be full of shit, but I kind of recognize some of the samples, the orchestral and the piano shit, from maybe because I've watched it so many times, the Danny Elfman score from the 1989 Batman movie. Because like the piano
Here we go again with
specifically.
Batman on
Yeah,
the
I'm
show,
bringing
dude.
Batman back, dude. I watched that
Damn.
shit intimately. That ain't me, dude. There you go.
We're back.
Out of bed.
We're good.
I don't know.
I don't know. I heard that. I'm like, that sounds really familiar. But it
Feels
could
like
be-
they would have blew a lot of their wad getting the fucking Elfman
Danny
Batman
Elfman.
shit. Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
For
sure.
But yeah, that album's called Maps. I want to check out this whole thing because, Billy Woods seems like a guy people should be paying more attention to. I don't really know. I mean, as far as like guys who sound like MF Doom and like Earl Sweatshirt, I mean, he's pretty cool. But yeah, go check it out. I'm gonna check it out. Move on to the next one, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a JJ pick.
This is the newest tune from our ginger patron saint, Ed Sheeran, called Eyes Closed.
Edward Sheeran.
Yeah, Sir Edward. He was knighted recently.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. I really hate this song. I think it's not very good.
Yeah, I didn't know Ed was coming out with more music.
Well,
but-
I thought that it was an inopportune time considering the lawsuit thing.
Yeah.
But he's obviously like, fuck it, let's get that bag.
he came out winning on that. He won
he
the
did.
lawsuit.
Well, he
yeah.
said, as you guys know, but if the listeners don't know, he says, I will quit music if I lose this lawsuit, and I'm kind of just like, let's do it.
Damn, dude.
Do you
Trying to
think
get my
that's-
boy
yeah.
off the map.
Do you think that's a win for? I mean,
It's a
I'm glad
win
he
for
didn't quit music.
Basic ass music.
But yeah, I mean,
I listened to him on Stern, and the way that he like won the lawsuit was played like he played the chord progression from the song in question, and then sang like 50
a million
songs.
Yeah.
And like the jury was like, oh wow, oh yeah.
I guess I never
Insightful.
realized that every song kind of is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there's 9 chords
Yeah.
in existence.
I mean, this one is kind of the same deal. I mean, I listened to this
Yeah.
while the lawsuit was like still going on, and I'm like, this has like 50 songs in it too. Like
Yeah.
this chorus is like the same thing as. I mean, I can't name all of them.
If
but-
you're a guy that makes his living off of looping shit and creating, you're gonna reach a ceiling. So whatever. But yeah, it's boring music.
So
I do like the visual because he talks about dancing with my eyes closed, like going to a bar and dancing with his eyes closed alone,
Yeah.
which is just a funny thing.
Yeah.
Like you're like at a bar and there's just a guy in the corner, like,
and he looks like Ed Sheeran.
exactly, just eyes shut.
Yeah.
Just,
Just dancing with like a statue in the corner, just thinking it's a woman.
open your eyes,
Open-
dumbass! You're knocking shit over.
Ed, it's not your wife, dude.
That's
not your
wooden
wife.
Indian
It's a wooden cowboy that they've had here for.
that you're kissing on the neck.
Yeah, yeah, it's wild. Ed usually writes all those like sensual songs, but
I was at least glad that era's over and he's
Yeah.
back on just like kind of a guitar.
just
like
Yeah.
it's
just lovey-dovey stuff.
he feels like a guy who would just be a street, like he seems like the best street performer
busker.
ever.
He's a
Yeah,
busking
exactly,
guy.
the
greatest
best
busker
busker
ever.
of
Yeah.
all time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's goated with the busking.
Yeah,
And that guy just got like a $100 million contract.
Plays arenas and
Yeah.
And aren't all of his albums math symbols?
yeah, they're
He's
all.
gonna
I was
run
just gonna
out at a
say
certain point.
this one's off of Minus.
The
Oh,
next
okay.
one's gonna be square root.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, there
Tangent, cosine.
Yeah, this one.
There's
Yeah.
X. I mean, I guess like you say them all as like what the sign
Like
means.
multiplication.
Multiply, divide, equals. This one's minus.
Yeah,
Is there a
we're into
plus?
math rock. I
Oh.
listen to Ed Sheeran.
I'm into that mathy shit, dude.
Yeah, then like 30 years from now, I'll keep putting out albums. He's like, listen to my new album,
Yeah.
The Pythagorean
Yeah.
Theorem.
PEMDAS.
Yeah, PEMDAS.
yeah. Sheeran's next album is called "Please Excuse My, Dear Aunt Sally."
Yeah.
There's just like a fat woman on the cover with like a huge ass. Please excuse her.
Please excuse us. She has gas.
Damn, dude, bringing me back. I haven't thought about my dear Aunt
My dear
Sally.
Aunt Sally.
Next, I'm going to teach
Yeah.
you how to find the circumference of a circle
That'd be so
with
good.
my album.
Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally.
This
Wins the Grammy this year.
pod's full of British accents tonight.
Math rock. That's so funny. But yeah, I mean, Ed Sheeran just kind of, I mean, it's the most boring music
Boring as fuck.
ever.
Yeah.
Do with that what you will. Go check out Minus if you want. What was that song called?
With my eyes
Eyes
With
closed.
my eyes
Eyes
closed.
closed,
Yeah.
This next one is this is one of mine that I put on here. It's Already Rich by this rapper called Yeat.
So I heard of this rapper before.
Yeah, me too.
Where did we hear about him on the same place?
I don't know. Where did you hear about
On
it?
a certain canceled YouTube celebrities show.
No.
He went to a rap festival and introduced like a super fan to this guy?
No, I
And the
didn't.
super fan like cut off his dread and gave it to him.
Gave
At
it to Yeat.
He gave the super fan cut off a dread and gave the dread to Yeat, and Yeat is just standing there like,
I don't
thanks,
know.
dude. One of the many cringeworthy reactions that this certain YouTube
Channel
celebrity-
5. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't have to
Was it
talk
Channel
about
5?
him like
You
he's
guys yelled at me the
Voldemort.
last time I
Yeah.
brought him up. But yeah.
Was it Channel 5?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Andrew Callahan.
Yeah, I don't know much about Yeat. I just know that people either like love him or hate him.
Yeah.
And so I checked out this new Yeat song just to see what it was all about, and I just thought it was so funny to hear a rap song that sounds like it was completely generated by an AI
Yeah.
computer system. Like it just that rap, like at the beginning, it just makes me laugh. You just keep listening to it. He just doesn't stop.
Yeah, it's kind of like that Playboy Cardi style
Yeah.
of trap music. Yeah, I guess I don't understand the polarizing reactions either way.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't either. I don't know why
under-
people would
I'm
love
not
him or
the
hate him.
audience for
Yeah.
this. I don't.
Yeah, I'm definitely not the audience for it, but I also don't understand hearing this and being like, it's the worst shit I've
Yeah.
ever heard. Because it just sounds like, I feel like I've heard a bunch of stuff like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, it's all like, I don't know. I mean, isn't this all rap is anymore?
Yeah.
Like just some guy just
Passionless,
Yeah.
like bragging about money.
And I love when he like starts getting even more intense. It's just the same thing except just a little bit higher. He's just like yeah. He
you
just
see,
has such a hilarious flow.
Did you see Billy Corgan talking about
Yeah,
Yeat to
yeah,
Zane
yeah.
Lowe? It's one
I
of the
wanted to bring
funniest.
that up. Too.
Billy
Videos-
Corgan talked about this.
Yeah,
guy?
like
Zane
Zane
Lowe.
Lowe plays
Oh my
him
God.
a Yeat song.
Zane
He's
Lowe's
like,
back again.
what do you hear? And Billy Corgan's like, what I hear is someone dealing with what the fuck does he say?
He's
like,
just like someone that's he goes way too hard. on
way
him.
too deep. We're not
Yeah.
even hard on him.
Does
He's
he
like
insult him?
I mean, sort of. He says like someone that's like struggling to deal with like his artistic expression or something
No,
like
no,
that.
no. He's talking about like the basically like the reality like tearing apart. Like he's like dealing with like this horrible reality we're in, and I hear a guy trying to put the pieces back together.
He's saying that about
because
Yeats?
and he's like everybody wants to be standing on a black beach in New Zealand looking up in the air and feeling whole and fulfilled, and he's like, that's what I hear. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
This is what Billy Corgan was talking about. Just like
The most meaningless, boring shit you've ever heard.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's that bad. I really don't.
I just don't
not for
understand
me.
why it's so. Yeah, same thing with me. I don't understand why it's so polarizing.
I think it's very middle of
It's
the road.
funny to me.
I feel
It's
like-
fun. Like his flow is funny. Just to come right out the bat and just be. Yeah. It's
Not take
Yeah,
a
like that
breath.
auctioneer flow.
yeah, it just doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny that Billy Corgan went that deep in it.
So-
Zane Lowe just like, I thought it was sucked, but I don't
It's
know.
like, actually, I thought it was
I
dog
just
shit.
want to know if you thought it was dog shit too. But moving on.
Now we're bringing in Josh Homme. Why
Yeah.
does this song suck?
Yeah.
But that's a crazy analysis. Kudos
Yeah.
to
Yeah, we gotta
kudos
watch
to
that
Billy
video.
for.
That's why I
digging
said
it
I'll
out.
watch any Billy
Yeah.
interview because Billy's gonna fucking hit you with a
I know.
curveball that you never.
What?
Yeah.
Like I don't understand his sense of humor. But I could have sworn for that could be a bit or something. Like digging into a meaningless song. And
I don't
just
think
like,
Billy's
I
ever
think-
doing bits.
No.
I think
No,
he's
Billy-
always
He's not a
100%
bit guy.
genuine. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's true.
if he is into bits, he's doing the long bit.
He's
like
doing-
the long
he's playing the
con.
long
Yeah,
game.
yeah, that's for
You all
sure.
thought I was crazy for years.
Yeah.
making bad
Turns out
music.
I'm a genius.
And then I wear muumuus
Yeah.
for fun.
I didn't listen to the new Smashing Pumpkins album, but
Adam-
maybe we should do a deep dive on that
Ugh.
one. Actually,
No.
we shouldn't.
No,
No,
we should.
that's
Never
72
mind.
seasons
Yeah.
all over again,
Yeah.
bro.
All of my Patreon ideas are just like, maybe we should listen to the most boring, worst music ever.
Yeah, you're like, well, maybe we should destroy the podcast. Maybe we should never do
I'm
it
just
again.
trying to get us to quit this as well.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Morbius is back.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, so we got this is one of my picks. This is the latest cut from our boys 30 Seconds to Mars, a song called Stuck. And Stuck is certainly what they are. That's for sure.
It's just funny that Jared Leto does not need to be doing this. For as many things that he does that are like, I mean, successful, non-successful, whatever, he's still Jared Leto.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to be making dog shit like pop music.
Yeah, and he probably does it under the guise of like, I'm a musician. I love music.
Yeah.
How do I not make
Yeah.
music? And it's like,
I'm an
I have
artist.
I have a cult too.
but if you hear like 30 Seconds to Mars back in the day, they were like an emo-ish
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
band.
the Kill, dude.
I was in a 30 Seconds to Mars phase in high
Yeah,
school.
so
For sure.
Hell yeah, dude.
Attack or
Yeah.
whatever that song's called, or Break Me.
That's the Kill.
That's the kill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just very clear that he wants to be a pop guy
Yeah,
because
he wants to
that
be
was
everything.
popular
Yeah.
then.
He once invited to the Met Gala every year, pretty much.
which
he
he
was
will for
invited.
playing the worst Joker.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
don't need to make just a lame pop song that
Yeah,
no
that's
one will
true.
remember next week.
Yeah.
I do love that it's like, you know, Ledger, Oscar,
Yeah.
fucking Joaquin
Joaquin,
Phoenix,
Oscar.
Oscar,
Nicholson,
Leto, Oscar
Nicholson.
Mayer, dude, fucking baloney.
Yeah, his Joker performance
Horrible.
is so funny. I remember when they showed the picture of him, like with all the tattoos and
Tats,
stuff all over him,
grills,
and he
no
was like,
eyebrows.
"It's a joke. He's not gonna have all the tattoos on him. It's for some anniversary thing." And then the movie comes out, and it's like, the tattoos,
It's
Yeah.
exactly the way
100%
you think.
real.
Allegedly, with that movie, they not that we have to go into it, but like Deadpool was super popular, so like, they're like, we gotta make this movie funny. And
Yeah, that
then he
movie
just,
sucked.
Like, yeah, it sucks so bad.
More, I mean, everything. Jared Leto's just on. He's like a guy that's constantly on the downturn, but he's somehow remains on top.
This
somehow.
part I
Like,
hate the most.
Yeah, this part. Wait. Yeah, the Lady
Yeah.
Gaga shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love too is like Morbius bombed, and then it became a meme. So the studio was like, let's put it back in the theaters,
Yeah.
and
And
it's
then
like,
it bombed again.
it's like what you thought that like the losers on the internet that don't leave their house that are
Yeah.
making It's Morbin time jokes are now gonna
gonna
flood
pay
to the
for it.
theater.
Did
Yeah.
you see Morbius?
No.
I watched it.
Well, I don't know.
I did watch.
Why
Morbius.
did you watch Morbius?
I just wanted to see what it was all about.
What was it
What is-
about?
Yeah.
It's about,
Morbin
it's
time.
about a vampire. It's about a man who turns into a vampire,
That's sick.
and it's not good at all. It's a really boring. I mean, it wasn't even like entertaining to the point where like it's funny because of how bad it was. It's just a bad movie.
Bad.
It's
Yeah,
just really
sure.
The last one I watched of his was Little Things. Did you watch that?
bad.
It's like Denzel.
Yeah, that's
him,
like the
Rami
movie that's
Malek.
trying to be Seven.
Yeah,
at the
it's
end.
trying to be Seven,
Like
and
they do
it's-
the Seven thing at the end.
It's
He was
very
in a-
stupid.
What
Yeah.
movie? He was in a Jared Leto where that was amazing.
Dallas Buyers. He's
Yeah.
really
Does
good.
Myers- yeah, maybe
Fight
that's
Club.
the reason why he keeps coming out on top because he does like one
He's like,
great
"Yep."
thing.
And
every-
eventually he
yeah.
does like a really good performance. I
Yeah.
mean, he was in Fight Club. He got his face punched.
Yeah,
in.
he's
Yeah.
Blondie in Fight Club.
I wanted to destroy something new. I heard the new 30 Seconds to Mars song. That's the
Stuck.
edit we need.
Yeah.
After he stands up and beating Jared Leto. Did you hear Stuck?
Did you hear Stuck?
hear Stuck?
Fucking sucks.
I love that 30 Seconds to Mars. Like they have like this cult thing going on. Like they all have like the symbols and stuff. And I think he actually like has people that follow the band to like in a
Yeah,
cult
there's a
like
cult
way.
thing.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's like an island like
He
a getaway
dresses
thing
like
where
Jesus.
he dresses up like Jesus and
Yeah.
and it's all based on like
You
his
guys just
involvement
glossed
with 30
over-
Seconds to Mars.
You
Yeah,
glossed over that at the beginning. There's
yeah, it's
a
a
30 Seconds to
real
Mars
cult thing, and it's like this song in particular. Like, there's no reason for
Yeah,
anyone
for
to be
nothing.
like hypnotized by some like fucking dance shitty pop song.
Yeah, it's like starting a cult for like fucking. I
don't even
the
know.
Vines. I don't know, like you know, like a band that was popular
Yeah.
20 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
A
Not
cult.
even the Vines.
No.
I would join a cult for the Vines. But
Exactly,
Not,
dude. I want to
after
get
that-
free.
after
dude.
that performance on Letterman, but
Yeah.
not 30 Seconds to Mars.
No.
But
Well, like what are the cult activities? What
I
do
have
they
no
do?
idea. I think there's a
They
someone made a
watched
documentary about it.
Suicide Squad on
Yeah.
repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone made a documentary about it.
Yeah, it's wild.
We'll watch it on the podcast.
Yeah, Patreon app.
Everything is just a Patreon.
That's the
Patreon app.
dumping
Yeah.
ground for ideas we want to.
Just horrible fucking ideas. That'll be in our Patreon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pay for that.
Yeah.
Yep. Pay for that.
Here's
Go ahead.
Here's the next one.
Oh,
Another
hell
album
yeah.
pick.
Did you guys know these guys are playing a Bottle Rocket in
Yeah.
October?
Yeah.
Oh, I
That's
didn't.
nuts.
That's
Mhm.
awesome. This is Geese, Mysterious Love.
Mhm.
I was really excited for this record, and then I heard the first 2 singles, and didn't really like them.
Yeah.
What were they, like 3D Country and...
I can't remember the name of the other one.
Yeah, Cowboy Nudes and
Cowboy
3D
Nudes,
Country.
Yeah.
But I really liked their 2021 album, Projector.
Yeah.
They have like a post-punk. They kind of remind me of Squid, a little bit of like Black Midi, a little
Yeah.
bit.
There's a lot of people in the band too.
Yeah, they have like 5
We
or
saw
6.
them live. I
Yeah.
think it's like a 6-person.
I saw
Yeah.
them open for Jack White.
Oh, really? They opened for Jack White?
Yeah, only a couple of dates, but yeah.
Um,
Singer's really unique.
Yeah, he has like a very. I liked his vocal performance on Projector than some of the new singles.
Yeah.
He's like singing more, like crooning more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did like this band. I liked Projector a lot. They reminded me of kind of like a 2000s type of band that would have been popular like back like when the Strokes blew up or something. So like that album is kind of like nostalgic sounding to me. But all this new single, I mean, this was probably the best single out of the 3 that they put out. But I can't get past the voice that he does now. Like on the 3D Country, I think it shapeshifts so much. It'll go from
New York City.
Yeah.
No, is that Cowboy
Yeah.
News?
That's
One of them.
That's the first one.
Yeah.
But on the second one, he's like singing regular, and then he just goes into like a voice that sounds like it's modulated or like pitched lower.
Yeah.
To sound, he's like, the
killer awoke before dawn.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of like
He's
lost.
doing like a
with this
Morrison
band now.
impression.
Yeah, I love this song.
I think it's good.
I
but
love it. Yeah, I like they have like a television vibe to
Yeah.
me, the band Television,
Yeah.
especially their guitar work. And I like the vocal performance, especially when he fucking screams. I don't know if I heard him scream like that before.
Yeah, this one's the most consistent.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other ones where he's like, let me try to just play this one for a little bit. Like it sounds like it's like playing in slow motion. It's like,
kinda-
what's going on?
Yeah.
I kind of dig that. I dig it more than like the New York City part. That one.
And I'm like, just sing, just fucking sing regular.
Yeah.
I'm fucking confused.
Yeah.
I like it. All right.
I mean, I like this song, but I haven't been like I'm still kind of, I don't know. I'm not as excited for this album as I was the first one. I just think it's, I don't know. They did like a Paul Simon thing with the Cowboy Nudes with the, I don't know. Sounded like maybe me and Julio reminded me a little bit of that. And then that one just with all the voice changes, I was like, this guy's going through puberty maybe? I don't know.
They are young.
in real time.
They
Yeah.
wrote Projector in high school.
In high school,
Yeah.
which is terrifying.
When we saw them live, it was just like, I was like, maybe I'm too old to be here.
It
These
did
like
feel
high
weird.
school kids.
Like we were like standing there, like none of them would have been able to get into the venue had
Yeah.
they not been
Yeah.
playing. Yeah, the first 2 singles definitely dampened my expectations of the
Yeah.
record. But if there's more stuff like that, where it's a little heavier, a little more wild.
Yeah, the guitars are cool on this one for sure. Yeah, go check out Geese. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
If you're with me or if you're
Yeah.
with Evan, because
Your team wrong or team me?
team wrong or team objectively right. All right, here we go. Last song.
One
on the
more.
playlist. New one from King Giz.
Who put this?
I-
Oh wait, this is the second. Did you omit one?
I omitted one. Yeah.
Oh man.
I
All right.
omitted one in lieu of
Okay.
putting the Giz song on.
I was getting ready for the
The other one?
Soundgarden.
The Soundgarden cover
Oh,
of
no,
Outshined.
dude,
I can
no.
put it on.
Put it back on.
We got time.
All
for it.
right.
I'll put it on at the end. I thought you guys didn't think it was that funny.
I
took it off.
I had one joke.
Okay. we'll go back to it. But this is the new one from King Giz that just came out today called Gila Monster.
Giz is back with the metal.
Yeah, off of their new album, Petrogonic Apocalypse, or the
Keep going. I'm impressed.
What's the unexpected virtue of ignorance?
Yeah.
Sisterhood
Based
of the
off
Traveling
the
Pants.
novel Pushed
Pushed
by
by
Sapphire.
Yeah.
That's the new King Giz album.
Yeah.
Yeah, get ready for that. But yeah, I guess they're going in another metal direction. I mean, I'm a huge King Giz head. JJ is too. Evan not so much.
Hey, whoa. Former I've been off the train for a little while now.
Yeah, a whole year.
Just a whole 3 weeks since they put out their last album.
When they
Their
put
last
out-
7 albums have not been good. The last one they released was 9 months ago.
Yeah, literally they put out 3 in October.
They put out
of 2022.
that just genuinely pissed me off, and I was kind of just like,
Well, what'd you
I
think
bar-
of this one?
this song I thought was fine.
Yeah.
And I'm intrigued because I like this version of this band.
Yeah.
However, I just think when they went metal, thrash the first time with Infest the Rat's Nest, they captured lightning in a bottle so well, they marketed it so cool that I don't know if they'll be able to top it, but I'd love to be proven wrong.
Yeah,
That'd
I
be
mean,
cool.
I'm kind of scared that I'll never be blown away by another King Giz
I
track
think they
again.
peaked like 6 years ago.
Like when they did metal on Infest the Rat's Nest, it was so good and so cool. And they did like a lot of different types. They did like stoner and thrash, and like power metal stuff on there. And this is like leaning more towards stoner, I think. It has a little bit more of like that kind of wizard weed vibes, fantasy vibes.
Yeah, they started talking about lore and shit.
Yeah,
That's
they
when I
have-
started checking out.
Yeah, this
can-
whole song's just about like a Godzilla like.
And the
beast.
second singer that comes
Yeah, I
on is
didn't-
like very much like this. And
Yeah,
that.
I didn't.
That's Ambrose from the Murlocs.
Yeah, I didn't love his feature, his
There it is.
whatever his vocal on this.
The way that they'd get me back is it just kind of these albums, they obviously have like a fucking factory where they churn shit out, right? They're not like going places or like working with different producers. It's all in-house, whatever. Even though they're doing different genres, it's just rinse repeat, same guitar tones, same drum sound, whatever.
Yeah.
I kind of want like a more like I would love it if this band worked with a Steve Albini or something to get like a
they need
super
to-
different sounding thing.
They need to change it up
Something,
eventually. I mean,
yeah.
they always change it up with the genre, but
That would-
maybe like work with someone.
That would completely
yeah.
win me back if they did something like that with whatever style, but all of these
Yeah.
are just sounding like, even though it's different genres, rinse and repeats me.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. They've done all of the styles that I've wanted them to do. They've done like, I mean, they did the microtonal shit like 3 times.
And you were
death.
screaming for that. I remember that. You were like,
Right.
when are they going to make a microtonal album? All this stuff you wanted.
I need a rock band to make a microtonal album.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even know what the fuck that was
Yeah, I
until.
remember-
Yeah.
I think that's when I checked out because I found Sense like around the time it
Yeah.
came out, and I was like, oh, this is a cool band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I like later found like they're releasing 5 albums in a year, and
then
that's
it
when
was-
I checked out.
Then
When
I
I
was
like,
like,
that's-
releasing 5 albums in 1 month.
Yeah, buy them
Whoa!
all.
Yeah.
And then, like, all the nerds are like, R.I.P. my wallet. I'm going to have to buy
Yeah.
every fucking version
It's
of it.
it's sort of turning into an action figure factory.
Yeah.
A little bit. It's
Like,
get them all.
there's like a,
they're
all the
Pokemon
variants.
cards.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it
their
is. kind of
subreddit is like,
Pokemon
damn, I
cards.
missed out on Blood Piss Edition vinyl. It
I mean,
was rare.
I do love this band. Like, I think they make like unique records. They obviously have.
They
like,
do
a,
what they want, and
a
they're
great,
popular.
Yeah, a great work ethic, and I like a lot of their music. But it is getting to the point where there's just way too much, and it's starting to feel like a
beaten over the
store
head.
rather than a band. You know?
I mean, I can
It is
respect that.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
A band on. I mean, what is this? Their 15th album?
I
it's
think
more
it's
than
more
that,
like
like
their
20th.
23rd or
Yeah.
24th.
That's more compelling than typically you hear a band that has 24 albums.
Right, yeah.
So
yeah.
I give them some credit for that.
Yeah.
But it's too much shit, dude.
It's too much shit.
Too much
It's
shit.
way too much shit. It's
and I didn't. You had told me about like the vinyl aspect
Yeah.
of it. Like it's one thing like if you're dumping it on Bandcamp for like
Yeah.
people to listen to, but yeah, like you're doing multi-variant vinyl and stuff
So-
like that. There's a guy that's
There's like a Europe store, U.S. store, and I looked today. Europe, U.S. and
yeah, because
Australia.
you're off the King Giz train.
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
monitoring.
Oh, I
Checked
haven't.
it out.
Yeah.
Checked
I haven't
it out.
seen or paid any attention
Checked
to
it
any
out.
of
Well, the UK store has some different variants,
Well,
but
no,
I mean,
they had like
They're not as cool
5
as the
different
USA.
variants on each of them. So it's like, and there's guys that are definitely like buying all of them.
Well, for sure. I mean, yeah.
What?
And the theme of this podcast it is like
Take
get
the money.
get the
Yeah,
bag
yeah.
if you can get it.
Well,
So I completely understand. Like this is their job. They got to fucking churn out the things that are making the money, which is definitely making as much vinyl as they possibly can.
And they clearly have an audience that eats
that
this
wants
shit
it.
up.
Yeah, but I mean,
Well, you said it. I don't know if I don't want to steal your point, but it's like the hipster way of selling out.
it's
a
the
little
it's the
bit.
hipster way of selling out now. Like it's I mean
Yeah.
that's what it is. It's like you just turn your music and your records into a shop,
Product.
a store,
Yeah.
I mean vinyl already is like, as a person who used to collect vinyl, I will tell you it is like it's just collecting like baseball cards or like
Yeah.
action figures.
Yeah.
Like you just have them on your wall and you just look at them. And you're just like, I don't really want to play with them, you know. Like, you know,
But you
just
can't
have
take them out of the box.
Yeah,
They'll
you don't-
lose value.
Exactly. It's that same type of like mindset, and I think Giz like definitely probably learned that somewhere along the way.
Probably
where
from
they're-
Dwyer.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably from Dwyer
Yeah.
and maybe just like whatever success they had with probably like putting variants out of Nonagon Infinity or one of the albums they put out in 2017. But
Yep. Shrewd
yeah,
business people.
it's. I mean, this album, like with the dragon on it and everything,
Yeah.
it makes me think like it's really, and it's only like 7 songs.
It's probably
so,
D&D themed or something.
Yeah, it's like that's really what it might be for. It's just like we're making a vinyl. We're not really. We're making a fucking
A nerd vinyl.
We're not really making a record. We're making more vinyl.
Yeah.
You know.
That's awful.
You know what I mean? Like,
sucks.
that's
Yeah.
just, I mean, I don't want to admit that in my head, but you know, like in the back of my head, when I hear some of their music, I'm like, this is just another
Yeah,
vinyl.
copy
It's
grab,
an
you know?
excuse to sell some wax.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Pretty
It's
much.
kind of fucked up, but I don't
Pretty
know.
much.
I do dig the song.
Song's cool.
I think the song is pretty cool.
Song
It's
is
not
cool.
like one of my favorites, but I like the song.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're like continuing
Yeah,
to make music.
I mean, like I said at the beginning,
Yeah.
this is the direction of Giz that I enjoy the most.
I
So-
liked the the one I actually did like from last year was that the Ice Death
Planets and
I actually liked
Piss,
that album a
yeah.
lot, and I expected to fucking hate everything they put out in that month because I was just like,
so much.
how am I
music.
gonna listen to all of this music? But that record is pretty solid.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, there'll
Whatever.
probably be another one this year.
yeah. Oh yeah.
It's only May.
It's only May. We got a lot of time. There's
Yeah.
gonna be
And
another.
it's like
one.
when you go to see him live, it's like it's got to be such a fucking crapshoot of what you're even going to be able to like get to
So-
hear.
Joey,
Well-
my bandmate Joey is going to see them in Red Rocks, I believe, at the end of the month, and they're doing this thing, marathon sets, 3-hour marathon sets. He's going to all 3 of them, and they won't repeat a song for all 3-hour sets. 9 hours of music where they won't play the same thing.
yeah, apparently
Damn.
I
Over
think
it.
that's all. they
Dudes
do now.
love this fucking band.
I know.
If I heard any of
Love
my favorite
them.
bands were going to play 9 hours,
Yeah.
I'd be like, no.
You kidding
Yeah.
me? Yeah.
How about greatest hits? I'm in the parking
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah.
know.
I've seen him 3 times now. King Giz. I saw him in Chicago once.
Yep.
And that was like right out of the 5-year album thing.
Okay.
I mean the 5 album year thing.
Yeah.
And that was a great show. Like it
Yeah.
didn't feel like too much. And then we saw him in Philly whenever Rat's Nest came out.
Easily the most
And-
violent mosh
yeah.
pit I've ever been in my life.
That was great because they did a lot of Rat's Nest.
Yeah.
And it was like more of a metal show than anything.
Yeah.
But we just saw them like
In
last
Pittsburgh.
year, I think, after Omnium Gatherum came out. And yeah, that show kind of sucked, I'll be honest. Like it was really fucking boring. Like they played
Yeah.
a lot of stuff from Omnium Gatherum, and that record is just like that's the other thing they do with vinyl. It's like they have a ton of songs they leave on the cutting room floor for their records, like,
Yep.
and then they'll scrape them all up, put them on wax, and they're like, "This is our new album, dude."
It's got an 18-minute long single. Check it out.
Yeah, it's like they're almost like destroying the idea of like a body of work.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's-
You know,
it's-
like if you're a band, you kind of like the classic kind of, you have that like run of like 4 to 5
Yeah.
albums that are great. It's like they've been a band for like 10 years and they've dumped out
Yeah.
fucking 20 records.
Give me like one really good 3-minute song that'll like carry me for like
Yeah.
a year.
it does.
You know?
You're right, but that's a good way to put it. I always thought of it as like they kind of defy the laws of like criticism or critique
Yeah.
anymore. Because it's like, how can you really critique a band when it's like, well, they might put out something really great again this year.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they might put out an album like 2019. They put out "Fishing for Fishies," which
Yeah.
was not that great of a record. It was okay, and then they put out "Infest the Rats," and that's the same year. So it's like, you can't really say that they're
Prolific.
doing like they're in an era or an era of being good or an era of being mediocre.
Yeah.
It's all just like I don't know. It's just fluctuating spectrum.
Because one of those 5 out of the 5 album year is like considered the best. Is that Naga Banana or whatever?
I think Flying Mogatona Banana was the best one. That's my opinion.
Is that one of them in the 5 album?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I thought it was.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but I thought the one that people liked was called like.
Polygon and Wonderland?
Yeah.
There was Flying Microtona Banana, Murder of the Universe,
I like
Polygon,
that one.
Sketches,
Sketches of Brunswick East, and then
and Gumboot Soup,
the throwaway,
which is another.
Damn, you guys are
B-side album.
losers. God,
And you know what?
damn, dude.
You know what? I have them all.
I do too. I do too. I have them all.
No,
I got every single one, and I got them in all. Each one in a nice colored variant.
I did
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
No wonder you guys are so pissed. You're like, I got to
Because they're stealing my money, dude.
Yeah, dude, I got to take out another fucking mortgage to keep up with King Gizzard.
I will say I didn't buy any of them from that 3 album month.
No, I
that
didn't
they
get any
did
of
last
those
year.
either. Even though I want one.
I did.
I do want one.
When I hit the
UK
Powerball,
store was sold out. I
They
had
were
to buy it
sold
from
out,
a
yeah.
VPN.
I had to get it off of eBay from some seller, third-party seller. But
Yeah.
King Gizzard is a band that I want to do like a deep dive on
Yeah.
them.
When,
Like,
when the album comes out, let's
when the album
do it.
comes out,
We'll
you
try
guys
to
can try to bring me up to speed.
convince
It's
you,
like,
yeah.
I'm like, Sense is a good song.
Yeah.
And some of this shit off Paper Mache
Yeah.
is pretty
I
good.
want
Yeah.
something like Paper Mache.
yeah, it's just they're a band that like there's really no one that's doing or have the capability of doing things
No.
like them. But it's like I'm not sure if it's like I used to think it was awesome, and now I'm like I'm not sure if it's good or bad.
It's
anymore,
overexposure
you know?
for me.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. They're just really like burning their fans out. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how other fans of Giz
At least
feel.
2 of their
At least
fans.
2 of their fans. Yeah, I remember like I knew it was happening whenever like you were like I don't know anymore, dude.
Oh yeah.
Because like you were even more into them than I
yeah.
was.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you were like, yeah, I just don't care anymore.
Yeah, I
I'm like,
don't
I don't know if I do either. Fuck.
I knocked him off the train with
Yeah.
me, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It was that Monowana banana too, dude. I got hit
That's
with
the
that
one that did it for
slime
me.
green variant, and I
Yeah.
felt like a fucking fool, dude.
Brown turd variant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody ass variant.
Bloody ass.
But that was the last song. But here's a bonus for you. Can I go? Can I start
Oh,
over
yeah,
again?
yeah, please do.
This is my only joke, and I'm gonna prop it up. When you listen to this song, do you feel like you have to take a piss, or is that just me? Because she like pisses on the stage from this band. You know what I'm talking about?
Wow. And that's the show, folks. Thank you for joining us on I Quit
We were
My
gonna
Band.
listen to this, but maybe it's
my
best
only joke.
to just leave it at that.
I wanted to talk about her pissing on that guy.
Okay, yeah. The lead singer of this band did piss on a guy's face
In his
on
mouth.
stage.
In his mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that.
You
Yeah.
didn't. Oh, you just thought.
Yeah, I had no
Oh.
idea what the fuck you
Oh,
just said.
At first, I didn't remember
All right,
what you were
let's
talking
reel
about.
it back. Let's reel it back. Here's the.
No, we
here's
got
the
it.
setup.
We got it.
Here's
We got
the
it.
setup.
I don't think
We
so.
got it. My one joke was
She
Brass.
pissed on a guy's face, and then I was like, "Does this song make it?"
Yeah.
Brass against
Yeah,
more
we
like
got it.
ass against my ears. How about that?
Ass against because those trumpets sounds like farting right at the.
Yeah,
I
I
just
mean,
love the way that comes in.
me too. And there's like an unsure quality about these ones. Like they stop for a second and then they come back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is a Soundgarden cover, by the way.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Outshined, one
Outshined.
of the best rock songs.
Yeah.
We talked about it with like the pop punk
Yeah.
thing of like the need for certain people to have like songs recreated in that style.
Yeah.
Are there guys who their best year was in band camp that they were like, you know what, I'd like to hear Bad Motorfinger but
Yeah.
with a tuba?
And these guys, that's pretty much
their
exclusively what they do.
That's their thing.
They do like all their shit is basically just covers. They have like Toxicity,
Oh,
Immigrant
man.
Song,
Rage, I think.
Testify. They do a lot of Rage Against the
A lot
Machine.
of Rage.
I guess that's why they're
She
called
was singing
Brass Against.
She was singing a Rage song when the piss happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, why did that happen?
The guy okay, here's the story is he was like begging for it from the crowd the entire show, and she's like, All right, get up here.
How
And
do you beg
for
it?
piss in your mouth?
From someone that's performing?
Maybe you had a sign.
Piss on my face, please.
That
And
has
she's
to
just
be it.
like, sir. Maybe later. All right.
And so they brought him on stage. He lays down like a plank mummy, right? And she just like pulls down her pants and pisses. Like there's a video. You can see the profile, and and the funniest part is it gets in his mouth, and he doesn't like spit it out. But you know how you get him out of a pool and you kind of go like that.
Yeah.
You can see the piss mist coming out of it. And
Yeah,
it's crazy.
really disgusting.
We truly live in a fallen
I know.
world, dude.
It's so gross.
She got reprimanded by like the venue because they're like, we have to clean up your piss now, and like the band had to like apologize.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
I mean, why you would think that was okay? In
and in
sense.
capacity.
Yeah.
Like, all right, Cleveland, you get what you asked for. I'm gonna
That guy, bring him up here.
I mean, I would get it if it was more of like in the vein of like a punkish G.G. Allen type
Yeah.
thing. But this is
That doesn't happen anymore.
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't happen anymore.
You're
This is
covering System of a Down with a trumpet.
with trombones.
You know,
yeah.
You're at like a Las Vegas show that like people go to see just for like fun. Like,
That's what I'm
yeah, they
saying.
do the rock covers with horns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
it's like kids
you're-
would be like, you know, like the kid that gets bullied for having a trombone.
Yeah.
Like, and like his parents would be like, the trombone's actually cool, and I'm gonna show you out.
I'm gonna
go
bring
to-
my kid to see Brass Against.
You
Yeah.
go to the Adele Las Vegas residency, and it's like that setting where somebody's like, "Piss on me,"
Yeah.
and she's like, "All right, I'll do it."
It'd be
and
awesome
then-
if it was just a guy that really didn't want to get pissed on.
Yeah.
She's just like, I get him.
Get,
Him.
He's like, no,
He's
no,
like,
I'm
what?
good.
For
I'm
what?
good.
And he's
I'm
like, okay, yeah, I'll get up.
I'm kind of shy.
all right, now lay down. Lay down.
Close your eyes.
No, close your eyes. Nope, that is piss on your face.
And she just lies. She's like, he was screaming for it all night.
The funniest.
The guy's life is falling apart. Traumatized.
lost his job.
Yes.
Wife, like, I heard you wanted her to piss on your face.
Why would I want
She
that?
told me to get on stage. I
I
didn't know
thought
what
it-
she was gonna do.
has-
I
He has
thought
like-
they knew it was my birthday.
He has
or
like a
something.
staph infection in his face
Oh,
now,
my
or something
God.
like that.
Just the most
Yeah.
vile thing. I would have never thought that. Like, I heard that song and I was like, wow,
So
this
you
is-
didn't know that.
I remember seeing a
right.
video, but
It was
me
like
feel
last
better about
year
my
at some
joke.
point. Yeah, your
Yeah.
joke came out a little bit too hot.
That's
way
okay.
too hot.
I that was kind of the
Assumed
bit.
a lot.
That was kind of the bit. Well, you guys are pretty knowledgeable music fellows. I would have thought you would have known about the piss.
It took me a second.
All
to,
right,
yeah.
got it. Yeah,
But,
I just the funniest part about the piss thing is like she's hitting like a big high note in the song, and so she's like squatted, she's like, and like piss comes out right at that
Yeah,
moment.
it's really
crazy.
gross.
I'm
You
kind
can
of
find the
actually
video.
really regretting to say play the
Yeah,
brass.
well- We're just gonna talk about the piss thing.
Yeah, I was. I just
I
thought
just
we were
wanted
gonna
to
make a
talk
couple
about the piss.
tuba jokes
Yeah.
and have a nice out. And
I wanted to talk about the piss thing. It's too
That's
funny.
our that's
it.
our show tonight, folks. Have a pissin' time. Thanks for tuning in to IQMB Band. We're sorry.
yes,
It was my fault. I'll just take that.
It's my fault because I put it on the
You
playlist.
enabled it.
I
and
thought
it was
would be-
not my fault.
It was a little bit-
All be known.
No.
Okay. Thanks for watching the show. We hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found some good music to listen to. I know I did. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
A7X.